We have 20 personalities. Ken, he's a guy. He's a gay guy. Every painting he does, he says it's going to be a train. None of his painting looks like trains, so I don't know where that comes from. Judy is a 15-year-old personality. She sees herself as being overweight, so she's always on diets. A spirit of the water, she tends to be out just to have a shower. Yeah, I mean, it's still me, but I just accept being called Kim. I'm Kim Noble and I'm an artist. I also have a dissociative identity disorder, which used to be the old multiple personality disorder. It's when other personalities would take over the body.
Hi, darling. How are you?
It's caused from trauma and the personality dissociates. So for me, it's like sleepwalking. Somebody can say, oh, you've been, up painting, and I have no memory of doing it.
The exhibition I'm putting on is for the Mental Health Foundation. They approached me, so I pulled in from my contemporary artists to the greats. Great minds are often mistaken, aren't they? The difference with Kim is that you have no style.
Yeah.
It's not, you don't say, oh, that's the Kim Noble. Each picture shows a whole different side to you.
People have said to me, well, come back when your style settles. And it was, never going to settle because they were individual artists having their own style. I had to explain my mental health issues to explain the art because they came actually hand in hand. For me, it helps me learn about the other personalities and get a feel and understanding of them. And, and that's the closest I'm going to get to them. I'm Patricia still, but I just accept being called Kim. I'm the main personality now, but before there was Bonnie was a main personality. So I would only probably be out 2 or 3 times, perhaps a week. At first there was only, I think, 4 or 5 of us painting, and as time's gone on, other personalities have decided to paint as well. I started painting about 12 years ago. I had a support worker here that was a trainee art therapist, and she said, oh, why don't you get on and do some painting? While we were sitting here chatting, and I said, I'm not interested in painting, I don't know how to paint, and in the end decided to just have a go, and we didn't have any paper or anything, and used the back of wallpaper. It's been really, really useful and helpful and healing. Oh, this is another room which I store the work in. I try to keep them in personalities, like all misses are there. This is Bonnie's work. That's one of Judy's. There's usually something in. I can see a face within there. Can you, yeah, I'm not just imagining that, you see. This is one of Key's. That's the Kabbalah one that she does, you see. I think that's Hebrew, I don't know. These, a lot here are Ria's. Ria, her work is very bright and it's graphic of abuse. I had a lot of trouble with her work because her paintings are not the ones that people want to be put, really on their wall. Yeah, and that I see as dissociation. That is a print of that girl there. So, and they've all got that on in some sort of way. D.I.D is a coping mechanism. So I don't have any knowledge of any trauma so that I can then just get on with my life and I'm actually not affected by it. Obviously somebody like Ria must have some memory of a trauma. I don't know. I mean, her painting suggests she does. I didn't know a personality was taken over because all I had is these memory gaps. But, it didn't have a name, I didn't have a diagnosis in them days. I was being treated for anything but D.I.D. One of the other personalities that I think it was 13 tried to take an overdose. So they were admitted to a psychiatric unit, and that was it. From there, it was in and out of hospital. This painting here is by a non. She's called a non because we haven't managed to get her name yet. She just seems to pour on the paint, so the paint's quite fresh. I see it being very, to me, spiritual. A woman with all these little ones dancing around. The next one here is a Mrs. She will only use the 3 colours and she just splashes on the paint all the time, just doing this and flicking the paint. And when Amy was younger, she used to like going up there and getting splattered with paint. Amy's now 20. When she was born, social services actually said that we would be unfit to bring her up. So they removed her at birth and was putting her up for adoption. I wasn't there at the birth, so to me, I didn't give birth to her. But obviously, I know that the body did, and Amy's mine as much as any of the other personalities. So, I don't want Amy to feel that that she's not mine, because she is mine. Obviously, our first priority has always been Amy, and if I thought any of the other personalities would harm Amy, I wouldn't want her to be with us. But they did not even know me. They gave me like an hour assessment. Said, no, remove child, remove child. My own therapist, who recommended I went for a proper assessment in a mother and baby unit, she was ignored. We did go through the court system, and she came back to live with us after 6 months. That's why I reckon a lot of the paintings, you'll see them. Look, there, and nons, even a non who has got nothing to do with anything as far as I'm concerned. But, even her, there's a mother and child. This is Susie's. When she was first painting, all she kept painting is that. Mother and baby, mother and baby. And then one day, she done a painting, and when you pull it back, there's no baby. So all her paintings have been mother and baby, mother and baby, mother and baby, and then this one's got a curtain over it, and the baby's gone. It was actually really sad, but she'd never done any more of those after that. That's something that obviously is deep-rooted and has a knock-on effect. And now, 20 years on, she's doing a law degree, in her final year at uni. She's a well-adjusted young person.
I think we're all touched by mental illness in some shape or form. I hope people are going to understand as well that if you have mental illness, it doesn't necessarily have to be a barrier to anything you want to do. Quite a few of the artists who are in the show, if you have got mental health issues, are successful in what they do.
I prefer Judy's artwork. There is no doubt. I love those 2 pieces. Those are my favourite pieces that I never want sold, ever, because I like them a lot. I can relate to the person in them. I feel like I can see that perhaps they've gone through kind of a struggle. I'm just so proud that I think... No, it's true though, because I feel like she's just come such a long way from where her art was until now, and to see every personality exhibited in one room, it's a bit, I don't know, I guess overwhelming. It's, well, for you it is, clearly.
There's something nice about, actually being classified now as an artist rather than just, somebody with a mental health disorder. I don't want it to define me, but I don't think anybody with a mental health issue does. I think I have heard that some people do integrate and become one personality. I've been told that I can't integrate because my brain has set up different pathways, and so it'd be very difficult, if not impossible, to integrate. But before even being told that, because that was later on after my diagnosis, I never entered therapy wanting integration. I just thought